The Texas rig is a perfect rig to go through heavy cover, primarily because of its weedless design. However, one flaw that it has is that as your plastic goes through heavy cover, your soft plastics are going to have a tendency to push and tear. And when this bait slides down, it's not on that keel correctly, so it's going to run kind of crookedly. It's going to run in a presentation that's not going to help attract fish. You're likely to go through more soft plastics and spend more money when you're having troubles like this. So these 5 tips that I'm about to share with you are all going to help prevent this from happening. Now, tip number 1 is to start with cheaper, more durable plastics, such as Yum or Strike King. The fish don't know how much you spent on your soft plastic lures. These more durable companies are going to stay on the hook better. They'll cost less to buy, and you'll go through them a lot slower. If you aren't catching any fish on the cheaper plastics, you can easily switch to a more expensive one. Now, for hack number 2, you are going to take your Texas rig and you are going to take some super glue. Now, I'm not actually going to do this, but in the instance, you would have your bait tied on and you would apply some super glue, and you would go ahead and push that right up. And once that super glue hardens, you're not going to have any trouble with that sliding down anymore. Now, for hack number 3, you have your lure tied on, and you are going to feel for the eye of the hook in between your 2 fingers. Once you have found it, you're going to take a toothpick and you will poke it on through. So your toothpick, you'll take your toothpick and you will poke it on through so that you are going through the plastic and through the eye of the hook. Now it's just going to pop out the other end right there and kind of firmly secure that, and take scissors or anything else to cut that toothpick off. And there's another way that your bait will not slide down the hook. Now, I don't necessarily recommend this way because it will create some friction on your knot, which may break it. However, if you're on the boat and you only have 1 soft plastic left, it'll work in a pinch. Now, before we get into our next tip, if you guys want more tips on how to save money on different kinds of rigging, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss weekly videos just like this one. Hack number 4, we are going to go ahead and slide this part off so that we only have one end of our bait. And you're going to take a bobber stop. Shout out to my brother Charlie for letting me use his. So you'll take the bobber stop and you will kind of align it. You'll start to push the bobber stop onto the tip of the hook. And once you have it started, you're going to take some pliers and you'll grab the bobber stop. You'll pinch it, push down until the bobber stop has gone past the barb of the hook. Once it's past the barb of the hook, you can just slide it on up. We'll push our bait back up. And you can slide it right onto the keel of the bait right here, just like so. You can thread the rest of your bait back on, and there you are. That bait is not going to be pushed down because it's going to be held up by the bobber stop right there. Now, I would say number 5 is probably the easiest and most effective. So we will take our line and a barrel swivel, and we'll just slide it through one of the eyelets. We're not going to tie it, just slide it so that it can slide up and down that line. Now, we will go ahead and tie on our hook. So here we have the barrel swivel on the line right above the hook. We'll go ahead and thread our bait on just that first step of the Texas rig. So go ahead, slide it on up just like so. But here's the crucial part. Before you do that second part of the Texas rig, you're going to take the swivel, and with the end that does not have any line in it yet, you're going to go ahead and put that end through the hook so that when you pull the line, the barrel swivel on one end is on the line and around the hook on the other. Then you can go ahead and finish rigging your Texas rig. And that barrel swivel there is going to keep your bait from sliding down and tearing, therefore saving you money. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this video. If you liked this video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next one.